Hello everyone. I hope you all are safe and healthy at your home. I, Ms. Kunjan Daswani from Shiv Jyoti Educational Group Kota, welcome you all to your e-learning classes of English text, and today we are going to do a poem of your English textbook, that is Gulmohar Reader, and the poem which we are going to do today is The Banyan Tree, written by Rabindranath Tagore. And now you can open your books to page number 62. Okay, you can open your books to page number 62 for that. So the poem The Banyan Tree, written by Rabindranath Tagore. All of you know that Rabindranath Tagore is a great Indian poet, and he has also written our national anthem, that is Jan Gan Man. You all know that, isn't it? And he is also known for his literary works, for his poems, and one of his poems we are going to read today, that is The Banyan Tree. All of you know how the banyan tree looks like. You all know it's a very big tree, isn't it? In Hindi we call it Bargat ka ped, isn't it? You all have seen it at some of your places in your surroundings. Okay, so here also the poet is talking about a child who is recalling his past memories, his childhood memories with that banyan tree. Okay, so first we are going to read the poem and I will explain you according to the stanzas. Okay. Oh, you shaggy-headed banyan tree standing on the bank of the pond, have you forgotten the little child like the birds that have nested in your branches and left you? So means here the speaker is asking the banyan tree which is standing on the bank of the pond, that is shaggy headed. So here the speaker is telling us it is telling the banyan tree shaggy headed because the branches of banyan tree are what? Are long and thick and they are twisted together, isn't it? So that is why making it untidy, and its appearance is very shabby, or I can say untidy. So that is why poet is telling banyan tree shaggy headed. Okay, so the speaker said, oh you shaggy headed banyan tree which is standing on the bank of the pond, that have you forgotten the little child? Do you remember that little child, or you have forgotten him like the birds that have nested in your branches and left you, that the birds that had made nest in your branches and had flown away now. So he is comparing the little child with the birds that have flown away. Okay, so do you not remember how he sat at the window and wondered at the tangle of your roots and plunged underground? Okay, so here the speaker is telling us that do you remember that how the child sit at the window and watch at you, he used to stare from his window and how he used to get amazed to see the tangle of your roots and plunged underground. Here this line means is he used to get surprised, he used to get amazed to see the roots, the long entangled twisted roots that are coming that are falling on the ground. Okay, so that is what this means, the tangle of your roots and plunged underground. Okay, so he used to get amazed to see the tangle of the roots and the plunged underground. Okay. So now the women would come to fill their jars in the pond, and your huge black shadow would wriggle on the water like sleep struggling to wake up. So here the poet is telling us that here he would see women who used to come to fill their jars from the pond, and when that women are filling their jars from the pond, you could see the shadow of the tree which is coming on the pond is still. But when the women are taking out water, are filling their jars in the pond, he can see that the water had a sudden vibration or the small waves that could disturb the water. Okay, so that could disturb the shadow of that tree which is falling on the pond. Okay, so and it is it has been resembled to like sleep struggling to wake up, means it is resembling like when somebody is trying to wake up. Okay. Now sunlight danced on the ripples like restless tiny shuttles weaving golden tapestry. Okay, so here sunlight is danced on the ripples, which means is sunlight is coming out and it is falling on the pond, and you can see that it has some of the vibrations, some of the waves. When you throw a stone in the water, in the pond, you can see there are small waves in the water. Okay, you can see लहरें आ जाती छोटी सी. So that is only the sunlight danced on the ripples because the water is not still. Okay, and it has been restless like tiny shuttles, means a device that is used to make that is used to weave clothes. Okay, weaving golden tapestry means we used to make weave clothes from that device to make a piece of cloth. Okay, so that is only shuttles and tapestry. Okay, now two ducks swam by the weedy margin above their shadows, and the child would sit still and think. Okay. So two ducks swam by the weedy margin. That means the two ducks are swimming in that pond with that weedy margin, means it is having a border of weeds, which are some of the plants that are grown on the margin of that pond. Okay, so two ducks are swimming in that pond, and above their shadows there is some of the shadow which is falling, and the child would sit still and think, and the child is that time also sitting still and just thinking, and he is just watching. Okay, so now he longed to be the wind and blow through your resting branches. Now in this para, the speaker is telling us that the child wants to be the wind. He wants to be the wind because he can go through he can flow through the branches of the tree, and to be your shadow and lengthen with the day on the water, or he could be the shadow of that tree so that it lengthens with the day as the day goes by, it could lengthen with the shadow. Okay. Now he also wants to be the bird, he wants to be a bird and perch on your topmost twig, means he also wants to be the bird who could sit on the branches and just sitting on the branches, and he could on the topmost branch of the tree, or he could just sing the songs on that, sitting on that branch, on the topmost branch. Okay, or to float like those ducks among the weeds and shadows. That means he could float like the ducks, as I told you, the two ducks swam by the weedy margin, isn't it? So, or he could float like those birds that are floating in the pond among the weeds and the shadow of that tree. Okay, so this is the poem where the speaker is telling us about the little child, and he is talking to the banyan tree, and here we can see the speaker loves the nature very much. That is why here we have described the whole nature with by talking to a banyan tree. Okay. So I hope you have understood this poem very well. Please do the bookwork, do the copy work of this chapter which has been sent to you with this video. I hope you have understood it. Stay fit, stay at your home. Thank you.